guys are listening to Tech at TV podcasting series. In our show, we bring you the best in technologies, innovation, startups, fintech, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and the latest and the greatest in technology worldwide. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. You guys are watching Tech at TV podcast with two great guests, Howard Lionheart and Scott Hoots. They are very good entrepreneurs, excellent people here in health tech, healthcare technologies. I met a little bit of history, Howard, around the year 2000 when I was at UF, business plan competition. He was a judge. I think he gave us good rankings there when he did that. So that's kind of like the segue into the first part of the interview, which is basically being a founder. So I know Howard is a founder of the World Medical Manufacturing, right? Is that right? Tell us a little bit more about what you do right now, Howard.
Right now, we operate an incubator with labs in California and Utah, and we churn out startups focused on BioElectric stimulation protein expressions. And the top startup of our group now is called Lionheart Health. Scott is on the senior leadership team of Lionheart Health. And in short, Lionheart Health reverses age 20 years. And we have patented technology to be able to do that. And we offer a guarantee that if you enter our program, we reverse your age 10 to 20 years or your money back. And we do that through controlling aging reversal protein expressions through bioelectric stimulation of muscles. There's a lot more to the story than that, but that's a short introduction. And World Medical Manufacturing, they developed the leading aortic stent. It was sold to Medtronic in 1999, has over $1 billion in annual revenues, and is the leading system in the world for repairing aortic aneurysms. With that same platform technology, we put a heart valve in the middle of the aortic stent, and that's become a $1 billion product as well. And now Second Heart, one of the companies coming out of our incubator, is now taking that same aortic stent, the same platform technology, and they put an impeller pump inside of the aortic stent to help patients with cardiorenal syndrome, patients that have high-risk percutaneous catheter interventions, and patients that have failing kidneys. But my main work and the main work of Scott and I working together is Lionheart Health.
Great. So that's pretty impressive. Like, I'm not an expert in the medical field. I'm pretty sure our audience is not. So in what consists your treatment to basically decrease 10 years of your age? What exactly is you drink something, you take particular set of time with you in some sort of a clinic? What's the process of your patented technology?
Well, we just were one of 600 competitors in the X-Span Health Span competition, and it was announced last month that we were selected by 3 different judging panels to be amongst the final 40 semifinalists. We won a $250,000 gift award as part of that. And now we're in a group of 40 competing over 18 months to make it to the final 10. The final 10 receive $1 million award. And then the final 10 will compete another 18 months to make it to the final 2. The final 2 receive $81 million and $10 million respectively. And the criteria is to improve muscle health, to improve brain health, and to improve immune health. And they have 3 different expert independent judging panels to judge each sector. And whoever scores the best across those 3 sectors will be the winner. We do that by a number of different technologies, but the main one that's easiest to explain is we have the BodStim suit. We've patented a bioelectric suit. It looks like a wetsuit. It has electrodes throughout the suit. And when you wear this, or better yet, exercise with it, it secretes from your muscle into your bloodstream aging reversal proteins. The biggest one that we feature the most is called Clotho. And Clotho, 4,100 papers are published on Clotho. And the summary of those 41 papers is that if you're low in circulating Clotho, you're aging more rapidly than you should. If you're low in Clotho, the big one is 31% chance that you don't even make it to your expected median death age. For a Caucasian of European descent like myself, that's 82 years old. So if you're low in Clotho, you're very likely 31% chance you don't even make it. And worse than that, if you're low in Clotho on the way to dying earlier, you reach all aging related ailments earlier in your life. So uh, you start losing your hair, you start getting wrinkles, you start getting high blood pressure, you start losing cognition, losing memory, sexual health declines, joints get sore,
Hmm.
higher chance for cancer, on and on and on, a higher chance for heart disease and kidney disease, calcification of the arteries and heart valves. If you elevate your Clotho levels, that is building that you go the opposite. Instead of going at 82, you can make it to 102. And on the way to 102, you don't encounter suffering and aging related ailments on the way there. So we have the preeminent technology for elevating Clotho. It starts with wearing the BodStim suit, but we also have a Clotho patch, a Clotho implant. We have Clotho gene injections. We have a total platform for increasing circulating Clotho. And that's only one of 70 proteins that we work with. It would take hours to go through each one, but we have cestrins, insertians, follistatin, nanog, a whole suite of aging reversal proteins that we have patented. We have the one and only patents in the world for bioelectrically stimulating your muscles to increase these aging reversal proteins. So you come into our clinic, we give you a checkup, and we set you up into a program. And I could tell you about the whole program, but I'm going to take a break to turn the floor back to you.
Wow, this is so cool. Like I heard of this like in a sci-fi movie before, but it's like this is real life and seeing like Lionheart turning you into like basically a young person, a younger version of you, maybe perhaps that you can enjoy life easier and better. So you see yourself like 5 years, 10 years. Where do you see Lionheart Health in 5 years down the road?
Our preeminent development is development of a womb for adults, total body regeneration chamber. If we go forward 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years from now, we want to be recognized as the company that first brought forward wombs for adults. So what we're doing now is, from a business point of view, we have investors and we needed to bring some market products to market more quickly, needed to generate revenues, and needed to avoid dilution. So we got through the FDA a number of different versions of a product that all lead to the total body regeneration chamber. But we have the skin stem product for regenerating your skin. We have patents for homing your own stem cells from your fat to your face to take away wrinkles. We also express Clotho in the skin to try to reverse aging in the skin. We have hair regeneration. We have sexual health rejuvenation. We have joint health. And we have rapid body toning and sculpting, weight loss without muscle loss, as pillar products to be able to start generating revenues. Those are all on the market now. Our business model is to license existing clinics to take on our IP, and we train them, we certify them, we help them with marketing support. And it's like a franchise, which is why we brought Scott aboard.
Right.
We are not franchising yet, we're licensing, but we have over 500 patent claims. So recently we sold licenses in Phoenix, Santa Barbara, 3 locations in Mexico. We're working on Minneapolis, Utah, and other locations. And somebody who buys a license from us, if they buy a one suite license, one treatment suite license to start, they pay a $40,000 license fee. They buy at least $25,000 of starter equipment from us, which will be a bioelectric stimulator. It'll be a inventory of the BodStim suits. It will be accessories like a face mask, a head cap, something to wrap around the sexual organs, or a knee wrap. And then we receive a 7% royalty on all the treatments they make with our IP. And we can tell when they're making a treatment because our stimulators are programmed into the cloud, that we can tell what program was run, how many minutes it was run. And if for some reason they disconnect from the internet, when we visit them, we can plug a zip disk in and download all the information. And they owe us royalties on every minute that the device is used, unless they ask permission for training or for one of their friends and family, and we'll exempt the royalty for that.
Wow, wow, wow. So that's why Scott is here then, because Scott is the CEO of QC Kinetics. Is that the company that will do this healthcare franchising for this technology?
I'll let Scott explain. He's the former CEO of QC Kinetics.
Former. That's
Oh,
right.
former. Okay.
Former. And that's really kind of my whole lead in and why I am here. And great to be with you, by the way. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about Lionheart Health and my involvement in Lionheart Health, because it's probably one of the most exciting things in my life right now. So for 4 years, I was the CEO of QC Kinetics, which is a regenerative medicine franchise brand based in Charlotte, North Carolina. I launched the first franchise, oversaw launching the first franchises in January of 2021. And by last summer, we had 185 locations open and operating across the United States. So I know something about the commercialization of and expansion of budding technology, cutting edge technology like this. I left QC Kinetics last summer to launch a consulting firm, and right about that time is when Howard and I really met in person, and he explained to me what's going on with Lionheart Health and his goals. I was just as floored as you were in terms of what kind of a guy he is and all of the really cool things that we have going on at Lionheart. This whole bioelectric stimulation thing, this whole promise of Clotho and how it's going to change the world, really. And I eagerly jumped on board to help in any way I can. So my role is really to serve as a support to help us commercialize and right now, as Howard said, license this technology. Hopefully down the road, franchise it and become the world's preeminent supplier of these services and devices.
Wow, wow, wow. So, but that franchising mechanism, is that going to like reflect something like in your past? Are you going to like follow like Domino's Pizza model? Because that's, I believe, like some of your experiences. That it's like basically you see Lionheart in every corner, like Starbucks, basically, and then you show up, you do your treatment, and then you continue with your daily life.
Yeah, I mean, you can think of it like that as
Like you have a
as
haircut and
well.
just go there to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
your haircut done.
Look, I don't know that we're going to be on every corner like Domino's. That would be great. I mean,
Yeah,
Howard, we'd enjoy that a lot, wouldn't we? But there's a certain size to the demand here and a difference in the business model. But you can think of it in a lot of the same vein for sure.
no, I see, like, I just by looking at the offer, right? Like it's just, to me, everybody else that is trying this is pretty much charlatans. So they don't really do it. But having him behind the project gives a lot of credibility, right? That's a very significant change. That's why I see, like, okay, like in your view, um, this technology basically will be acquired maybe by a big a player and try to like turn it into something else, or you're very focused on getting the franchising model.
From
We
from my
our
from my
past
perspective, I just want to see us grow across the world and be able to service more patients across the world. What comes will come. Howard's a big dreamer, and that's why he's so successful. Is because he dreams big things and he accomplishes big things. For me, it's just about being able to gain access to more people, for more people to gain access to what we do and to help them live longer. Howard, sorry about that. Sorry to
So what do
interrupting.
you think? Like,
oh, we're on
because I
same
am in
page.
the business of patents too. So I just licensed some patents to Cisco and Dish. It wasn't a big, gigantic deal, but I mean, they licensed it. So then I assume that it's always a dream for entrepreneurs and inventors to get their stuff out there in some sort of licensing package. But I see you more. Do you see yourself more like leading this franchising organization, or do you see yourself more like a standard licensing deal with, like, I don't know, with Medtronics or someone like that big?
We
Well,
definitely plan to do this on our own and to take. We have a plan that would lead to Lionheart Health going public. We have to be careful about following the rules about prematurely announcing a public offering. But to answer the question is, out of our incubator, it was often our program to develop something, prove that it works, and sell it to a big company like we have done with Medtronic, or licenses we have made with Johnson and Johnson or Abbott or Boston Scientific, Guidant in the past. This is not one of those. This one, we plan to build a company, build revenues, and not seek to be acquired, to just build a solid, great company for the future that leads to the first successful whole body regeneration chamber. And that is a big dream. And when we met with the FDA and we met with the National Science Foundation, they said that we love the idea, but we would like to see you prove each component one by one. Prove your skin regeneration separate, prove your hair regeneration, prove your joint health regeneration, prove your kidney regeneration, bladder, heart. But it all leads to the future that when we prove those out individually, it all comes together into one chamber. It will be artificial intelligence directed, which leads, and we will not develop that part ourselves. We will partner with one of the leading AI companies. We're writing to the leading AI companies, asking to have a meeting about harnessing their AI power into the whole body regeneration chamber. It will also have robotics, and we do not plan to develop the robotics. We plan to partner. Some of our good friends and colleagues came out of Computer Motion, one of the leading robotics companies. I saw today the announcement that the first full heart transplant was completed with with robots yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, and our whole body regeneration chamber, it will basically direct catheters that will be attached to an implantable pump, and the chamber will refill the pump with genetically modified clotho-expressing stem cells, nutrient hydrogel, and then the catheter and the pacing lead or the electrical stimulation leads will go to the organ, and it will serve to regenerate a liver, a pancreas, a kidney, a heart, a brain, lungs, and it will be robotics, just like today for the heart surgery, that will direct that with AI guidance to the organ. But in the present, we're more down to earth. We put a mask on. We stimulate the face to recruit stem cells to the face. We do have a heart program going. That is not part of Lionheart Health. That's part of Lionheart, but it may merge into Lionheart Health in the future. And that's where we've spent most of our money and most of our time. And Leonhardt is an implantable pump that's refilled by the patient at home every day with genetically modified stem cells that overexpress clotho, and suspended in a nutrient hydrogel. And that slowly infuses into the damaged, failing heart and perhaps the kidney as well. And then we have a pacemaker-like device that we implant that we've developed with our CTO, Brian Lassiter, in partnership with a few companies that we partnered with. And that has two leads going to each side of the damaged, infarcted heart, post-heart attack. And the positive goes on one side, the negative goes on the other. And by releasing the very specific patented signals we have, we home stem cells to the damaged heart, we grow new blood vessels in the damaged heart, we repair damaged nerves, and we modulate inflammation. And the two things together, the implantable stimulator and the implantable pump that's refilled every day with clotho-expressing stem cells and nutrient hydrogel, we think that we're in the process of proving that we can regenerate any organ in the body better than anyone else. We haven't decided if we're going to roll that up into Lionheart Health. Right now, Lionheart Health has a charter for anything that's medical aesthetics and anything related to health span longevity. And obviously, regenerating your heart and organs has a place in health span longevity. But right now, Lionheart Health is at a more basic level.
Wow. And how big is the team, Scott? Like how many people? How do you see growing? Are you guys going to stay in Florida? What are your plans? Are you going to move to the Valley? What's your vision on that, on the corporation in the future?
We published in our annual report that on any given day, we have more than 200 individuals working on our projects. We do a lot of our clinical trials in Brazil, and we have our own research coordinator in Brazil. We do clinical studies in South Africa, and then here in the United States. The flagship clinic in Newport Beach is owned by Lionheart Health, or majority owned by Lionheart Health. And the clinic we have in Manhattan, New York, is majority owned by Lionheart Health. All the other sites, Santa Barbara, Phoenix, Tijuana, Cabo San Lucas, Cancun, they are all licensed sites. And we believe we're about to conclude licenses in Utah and in Minneapolis and in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We're still speaking with the clinic owners. We plan to focus on licensing, focus on gathering more data, and gradually increase our direct-to-consumer sales. So right now, you have to go to a clinic to get the full skin stim treatment. But in the near future, you'll be able to buy the skin stim components and continue your treatment at home. You can't do injections of bioelectric enhanced PRF or stem cells or anything like that at home, but you could put the bioelectric mask on, followed by the red light mask, followed by the PMEF mask, followed by the muscle toning mask, and undergo a treatment at home, particularly for sexual health. We finished up clinical trial, 115 patients for erectile dysfunction, 89% success rate.
Wow.
And we only had people come into the clinic, and we stimulated that male organ about 30 to 45 minutes twice a week for only 4 weeks. So 8 treatments over 4 weeks. And a year out, these gentlemen no longer need Viagra, or at least I should say 89% of them are Viagra free. We failed 11% of the time. And for those patients, we're either going to give a longer treatment or we're going to inject stem cells or bioelectric PRF down there to try to have a 100% success rate.
Amazing. And when do you see the treatments schedule? Like basically you're going to have a little bit like clinics already, like you need a little bit of supervision. But when do you see a widespread use of this technology? I mean, within the next 5 years, I will say, or the next decade? How do you see that deployment?
It'll come in steps, but what we really want to see is we want to sign up. We have a goal to have 124 licensed locations like McDonald's in every major city. You heard Scott with QC Kinetics. They achieved 235 locations, so 124 to us seems like a realistic target, especially with our awards. Not only did we win the XPRIZE Healthspan semifinalist award, but we won the AbbVie Allergan ULP Innovation of the Year award. And we're actually nominated for Innovator of the Year and for Technology Company of the Year. Both awards ceremonies will be this fall. So as we accumulate those awards, it helps marketing for our licensed sites. So they'll be able to, advertise in Phoenix. Come here. It's the only place in Phoenix you can get the Allergan Innovation Award-winning technology. It's the only place you can get the XPRIZE Healthspan semifinalist technology. And, that's the big one for us. We're trying now to make it to the final 10. So people who come in one of our licensed clinics or come to our own clinics in New York and Newport Beach, they will meet with a doctor and a customized plan will be developed. We will deliver to their home customized meals that are designed based on their DNA and their blood test, with the idea that we'll feed them a diet that promotes increasing circulating colostrum. That's a high protein diet, low carb, low sugars, healthy foods. We required in the clinical trial that is being evaluated by the XPRIZE Healthspan 3 judging panels. Again, the judging panels are for muscle health, brain health, and immune health. And we designed the diet to improve all 3 of those. We also provide customized supplements. In both cases, we don't produce the meals. We partnered with other great companies that we curated with our nutritionist advisors to be the best of the best to offer to our patients. And then all of our patients have to use the BodStim suit and exercise at least 2 times a week, preferably 3 times a week. We can see in the cloud if they've turned it on and how long they exercised. So we will call them if they've only exercised once in the week and say, hey, you signed an agreement that you would exercise 2 or 3 times a week, and you will be eliminated from the program if you don't stay in compliance. We don't want to be mean about it, but we want to be, helpfully coaching them for their own health, and it's for their own good.
Right.
And And then we target, if they have sexual health issues, we will hit that with everything we have. We want every person in our protocol to have a healthy sexual life. Healthy sexual life does lead to greater health span. Healthier skin has just been found to lead to greater health span and longevity. Joints are a big one, and that's what Scott has been involved with very much over the years. When you hear somebody say that I used to walk, I used to ski, I used to surf, I used to bike, I used to play tennis, but then my knees hurt so bad that I stopped, that's the beginning of the end. Because if you don't move and you don't exercise, that precipitates reduction of colostrum, that precipitates aging hitting you more rapidly. So if somebody comes into our protocol and they tell us that they're not taking the stairs anymore because their knees hurt so bad, we're going to hit that with everything we have. BioElectric PRF, BioElectric treatment, red light treatment, PMEF. I'll save the whole long description, but we're going to make sure their knees don't hurt, and we're going to encourage them to exercise. I'll save you the whole long description because it goes on a little bit longer, but basically it's a customized program that they enter for the X Prize contest for a year. And at the beginning, we measure everything: grip strength, pull-ups, sit-ups, every measure for muscle, every measure for brain, cognitive function test, memory test, depression and anxiety test. And then after the 1 year of treatment, we measure everything again, including all their biomarkers. Now, the judging panels have said, if all your blood tests get better, but you're not stronger, you're not thinking better, and your immune system isn't stronger, you're not going to win this $81 million prize. They said that they want to see functional improvement. They want to see people actually stronger muscles, better performing brain, and a stronger immune system. So we can't just win by having good blood tests. We have to win by showing that these people are actually truly functionally younger than they were before they entered the program.
Wow, that's a great challenge, but actually a great reward. Hopefully you guys can make it, and that will be a good sign that we have made like a major breakthrough, I think, in science. Not only like in medical the field, but in science in general. I think that's one of the things that affects most of the world, I guess, except for maybe a few people in some random areas around the planet where they eat something that they don't know what, and then they don't really have to do much. But 99.9% of the planet doesn't have or doesn't live there and doesn't have the same food. So congratulations. I think it's pretty impressive. Scott and Howard, thanks for joining us. It's amazing. Good luck for everything. Good luck for those awards, and keep us posted. So maybe we can have another sync up another podcast on this matter in the next couple of months. So you will see the progress and people get excited and start getting up to speed with the treatments and maybe becoming guinea pigs for you guys.
LionheartLongevity.com. If anybody wants to join the protocol, please visit. And it starts with a consultation with one of our expert physicians.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Jenny.